Hello, lads, ladies, and lovelies. Welcome to another book review. I hope you guys are having a lovely day. For starters, I would like to apologize for my friend. I have really fucked up, my friend. I am not gonna lie. I tried to cut it because it was all over my eyes, and it's just, yeah, I absolutely destroyed it to basically, sorry, I shouldn't have said the F-bomb, that was stupid. I really effed it up, as you can see. If I go like this, I kind of look really weird, but hey ho. So today we are going to talk about a book review that I have recently just finished. It's one of the most it's about one of the most influential women in the history, really. She has dedicated her life to science, especially around radiation, and became a humongous role model for basically all the women out there, especially women who is very interested in science. There's charities like dedicated under her name. So yeah, she has become a very influential person, and that is a graphic novel by not by, what am I on about? A graphic novel about Marie Curie, and it is written by, and I do apologize if I pronounce this incorrectly, Agnieszka Biskup. Apologize if I incorrectly said that. I shall put, don't worry, the name will be under me on the title, and with illustrations by Sonia Leong. Here we are, and it's a beautiful illustration. You can see it right here. It's got a here. Sorry, I've hit the mic. But yes, this is absolutely beautiful. And this kind of book has a series as well to give us an idea of history behind other historical figures. So we have one about Albert Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci, and Martin Luther King Jr. I don't have any of the other books, I'm afraid, nor this one, because I'm borrowing this from a friend. She wanted me to read it, and I say I absolutely love it. Now, while we know about Marie Curie, she dedicated her life to science, and not just science, but to radiation. And unfortunately, later on in life, well, around that time, they have no clue that radiation is going to be dangerous. No idea it's going to be poisonous to your body. So, and it's not until later on in her life when she realized that radiation does put a massive effect into your body. And it did affect her. She became really ill, and so did her husband, Pierre Curie. But it's not just about her love for science and what her work did to, well, for the world, really, for medicine, because of x-rays and ways to kill bad cells within your body, along with becoming influencer to women in general. But it also tells us the hardships that she had to go through in order to get to where she was before she died. So to start off with, we get to see Marie Curie as a child. So she was in Poland. That's where she grew up. That's where she lived with her family, and she had a very lovely family. She had great parents. They were professors themselves. Well, I'm not entirely sure about her mother, but her father was a professor, and she also had a few sisters themselves. And the reason why she and a lot for science and maths came from her parents wanting to teach her, along with her other sisters, science and maths and all these things because they see no problem with it whatsoever. Now, being women, going into education was very, very difficult, but especially difficult for Marie Curie's situation because she came from a poor family, and Poland was going through a really difficult time in that situation as well. So excuse me, during Marie Curie's life, Poland went into war with Russia, and unfortunately they got defeated against Russia, where they would end up having control over Poland. And it was a very, very hard time because Polish people weren't allowed to speak Polish. It was only Russian, and they weren't even allowed to be taught Polish nor to be taught Polish history either, which is absolutely, absolutely terrible. So they're basically constantly being on watch. And if you were caught doing any of those things, like learning about the history of Poland, the language, speaking in Polish on the streets, then they will immediately arrest you. So it was a very, very hard time for Marie Curie, and Marie was absolutely against that. She absolutely loved Poland. Through and through. She wants to speak Polish. She wants to teach Polish. She wanted to be a teacher at that point, and it was a terrible life. And through the means and with the help from her parents and from her friends, I think she had a friend in France as well. She had been able to go to France and try to live a life, try to do education, and which she did. She managed to get into education and try to live independently in France. And France was an absolute shock to her because the buildings are different. Around the time that was when the Eiffel Tower was built, lots of beautiful styles. It was very cultural of Paris. That's where she went to. She was one of the first women to become a student in this kind of specific university. So that was a big, massive thing, and she was just constantly working hard, trying to learn the different sciences, the different methods, just constantly day and night, to the point where her friends were becoming a little bit concerned because she wasn't eating food, she wasn't sleeping, and in the mostly because of that she didn't have much money, but she also had no heating as well in this little apartment, so her friends were very close by. We also get to see her life with Pierre Curie. Her marriage with Pierre Curie, it was absolute delightful. They were very happily married. Pierre Curie was instantly in love with Marie because she was very much into science as much as he was, and they were constantly working together. They also had children together. They were happy together. They were a light of each other's lives until something happened. I won't get into it if you don't know if it's spoilers, but I'm sure people who dove into the Curie family knows about this, but something happened that causes Marie to go into a state of depression where she doesn't know what to do except to just constantly work and trying to work. And around that time she's been able to meet fellow other scientists, so one of them being the most famous scientist around that time. But yeah, this is basically showing the life and hardships of Marie Curie that I would that I recommend very, very highly. I definitely give it 5 stars, definitely. And I also very much love the art. Like, the reason why I love the art is that it is a stylized, it's absolutely visibly pleasing, but they also keep the caricatures of of the actual person. So if I looked into the pictures of Marie Curie and Pierre Curie, yes, they did draw them exactly like them, just in a very stylized manner. Same goes for the other scientists, and you get a bit of description about the other scientists as well, and how the politics and how the country state is affected by all this, like having a woman being into science and being able to win a Nobel Prize. That was a big thing back then, an absolutely massively big thing. It's so everything that she does was incredible. So she was an ultimate star, and science was really popular because it was a path to lots of different things. Like it was a path to lots of medicine, a lot of technology. So there's lots of inventions around, lots of theories are going around that could be exceedingly world changing. But the one thing that the press back then was so crazy about was radiation, because they were just discovered these radiations and figuring out how they work, or how they can make radiation more useful. And it did become useful. We use them for x-rays to see bones in our body. We use them to get rid of terrible cells within our body. We have radiation now within technology as well. So it's becoming, do I say, it feels like that we need radiation, but that doesn't seem quite right. That doesn't seem right at all, but it has become a very useful element, very much so. And it says it all right in here. And I do recommend this. I don't know, I'm going to be honest, I have no idea where my friend got this book, but I will definitely find it on Amazon and link it down below. But yes, I give this 5 stars. Very, very, very good book for both art and for story. I have learned so much from it. It is very, very good. And yeah, I highly recommend it if you're very much interested in it. Yeah, that is my review. I do hope that you very much enjoy it, lovelies. Sorry for taking a long time to do book reviews. As I say, I am a very slow reader. I'm still reading Darker Shade of Magic. That is a very slow progress, but I want to start on this book. Wait, look at it. It is so pretty, but I will get into it once I finish it and be able to review it and then share my thoughts and feelings with you on that. But yes. Sorry, that's my controller falling down. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me in this book review. I hope that you guys are a-okay. And don't forget, I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I'll be streaming on Sunday night, and I have no idea when I do this next book review. It is still very much out in the air, but thank you guys so much for coming to watch this video. I do hope that you all have a very lovely day. Do take care, and I'll see you guys on the stream. Do take care. Bye bye.